How would you like your income to go up 32% in a single year? Well, folks, Mr. Bo Eckstein here did just that. His income went up 32% in 2025, and we're going to find out why. In fact, he has prepared a list of 12 reasons his income is higher in 2025. Bo, that's an amazing accomplishment. Income up 32% in the year. I look forward to this list of 12. Let's get it started. What's number one?
Number one, speed wins. Action creates clarity, momentum, and opportunity that perfection never will. So basically, you know, if I get an idea, I go and implement it right away. Not all of them work, but I find that like some people get ready, but they never actually take action on something. And like the people that seem to win are the ones that go, you know what, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and they actually just do it. And I think that's just a game changer right there.
No, I think I'm hearing from more and more people that like Alex Mosley, Cody Sanchez, Gary V, action wins, fast wins, speed wins. And I think you're absolutely right. Because again, when you do things like that, you can accomplish 5 or 6 things while the first person's still stuck on number one. And again, you already said it, but even if only half those things produce more revenue, you're way ahead of the game. So you're coming out hot with number one. What's number two?
Document everything. SOPs. Systems turn chaos into scalable machines, right? For a while, I was very disorganized, and for example, I'd write the same email over and over again, and just going I would write the same email. What do you need for an SBA loan, for a working capital loan? What do you need for a franchise startup? And it was like, why don't I just template these, because it's the same thing over and over again. Right there saved me so much time. So I systemize and I template pretty much everything that I'm going to be doing over and over again. That saves you at least 20 or 30% time savings right there, and frustration.
And again, I think this is actually personally a weakness of mine. I have not templatized or systematized anything. And again, I still very much an employee versus entrepreneur, but that's a different story for a different day. I think when you can save 20% of your time and still respond, that just gives you more selling hours. It gives you more work hours. It gives you more opportunity to produce revenue. So again, saving time, higher quality, and keep moving forward. All right, that's 2. What do you got for number 3?
So cash flow is better than revenue, or greater than revenue. Top line is vanity, bottom line and DSCR the reality, right? So don't fool yourself because, hey, I made X amount of dollars. Well, your company or companies might have, but what does that really mean? And it really means what do you have in, what's the bottom line? And don't fool yourself by thinking you're making all this money in the bottom line, because as real estate investors, we like to say, oh yeah, well, I'm grossing on all my rentals. I'm doing,
X and Y,
$50,000 a month, but when it all said and done, there's $4,000 a month of cash flow or whatever that is. So be realistic. That helps you open up to what's, where you need to go.
It's funny. Again, I was an accountant, and it's really funny. People love to talk about the balance sheet, aka net worth. Some people like to talk about the income statement, vanity numbers, but really the only number that matters for a business, or frankly a family, is your cash flow statement. Because you can go broke making money. You can go broke, having a balance sheet of millions of dollars. Because again, if the cash flow dies, you die. So that's pretty strong. That's number 3.
Own assets, not just income. Buy businesses, real estate, and intellectual property that builds long-term wealth. You have to own. You have to be an owner of some sort.
Asset owners win. Asset owners win. It's just, that's the game, right? Inflation's feature, not a bug. Have a business, produce income, buy assets. It's that circle, that triangle that you talk about. Grant Cardone famously talks about. It's everything, man. It's everything.
And I want to point out that assets don't have to be real estate or businesses. It can be as simply, you own a personal brand, you own a YouTube channel, right? That's an asset. So start building and buying assets. You don't need to buy them. Sometimes you can start one. And every year you should be building those assets.
Love that. Next, number 5, I think.
So buy back your time early. So that means delegate, hire VAs, automate, and protect your calendar. Right? I was always available for everybody 24/7, but I need to be working on high level things. So if you get stuck, Alex Ramosi always talks about this. He says, every business at some point has some sort of constraint. What are your constraints? And then work through those constraints and figure out, that's how you're going to get next level. So Like if I'm taking calls all day, well, how am I actually growing the business, right? Then I have to get in this whole cycle. So everything then becomes a system of everything you do is systematized, and that makes your life actually easier because you're like, okay, I get up, I go and walk my 2 miles, then I do this. And once you can get somebody else to do something for you, that is just better. Like I know you like to do things yourself, but like once you just like, okay,
No, I would be, I mean, this again is another one that you're really pointing at that I do horribly and frankly don't do at all. I've outsourced a couple of things, thumbnails, posting to a podcast, things that I deem technical, but I could certainly do a lot less things kind of in the brand, in the business. I could hire a VA to do comments or something, for example. There's lots of things I could do. But yeah, buying back your time is a big one. Love that.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, okay. The next one, discipline over motivation. Consistency beats intensity and emotion every time. Like that turtle, right, ends up getting to the finish line, and that's all you have to do. And you don't have to like stress yourself out. You don't have to do it overnight. If you just have your target in mind, and you take action, and it's a long game, you finish off. So what does that represent? That represents 14,000 videos that Michael Zuber did. That represents the 2,500 videos that I've done. That represents the 60 virtual events I've done in the last few years where there's been 25,000 registrants. That is a long-term game, and that turtle will win every time.
Love that. Love that. Yeah. Again, turtle wins. More and more people are talking about this, especially as January 1st comes around. Motivation is everywhere, but unless you have the discipline, you're getting nowhere. So yeah, it's all about discipline. Do it tired, do it weary, just keep moving forward. So I live that one. That my picture could be next to that one. That's pretty cool. What do you got for number 7?
I think we all should, as part of our wealth building, is understand and study tax strategy to a certain degree, right? Because we're all talking about keeping more money to the bottom line. Keeping more of what you earn is the fastest path to wealth. So, example, gentleman saw a video I did on YouTube with a CPA, and he booked a call yesterday. And he goes, "Hey, Bo, that really resonated with me. I loved it." I think he made a comment, and I responded back. Then he booked a call. And he's a doctor. He works like graveyard shift. He's working like 2 full-time jobs, makes 800 grand a year. Wow. And he's like, "Well, I'm in New York. I pay 42% in taxes," and he has no like tax. And the guy's like, and first of all, I go, speed wins, man. He was super smart. He knew a lot, and he's like, "Yeah, I just like to learn everything before I do anything." I'm like, "Well," he's like, "Well, I got to do something for 2025 because I don't want that." I mean, he's basically 350s going out the door in taxes. Yeah. So this is a big thing that a lot of W-2 people don't really take a grasp. I mean, it's the fastest way to keep more to your bottom line if you understand this and start structuring strategies. So get with a good CPA, because once you understand this guy, instead of 350 going out the door, maybe only 100 goes out the door. He has an extra 250, and then that extra 250, what does he do the following year? He buys an active business that has real estate. Even if he's not a rep, so a real estate professional. Guys, this is like just gold for you high paid achievers out there.
Yeah. Tax strategy is everything. Again, if you're a high income earner, you need to sit down, have conversations. What can you do? There are options. The tax code is not a penalty system. It's a reward system. So if you can figure out who understands the rewards, maybe there's something you could do. Okay. Number 8.
Build multiple streams of income. One income is fragile. Multiple streams are freedom, right?
Yeah.
This doesn't really need any explanation, in my opinion. Like,
Agreed.
You need to have sources of revenue, and the more sources I do, and the beautiful thing is, these are all employees for you. And I got really excited in this whole MCA thing, and I invest in all these merchant cash. They're basically advances; they're not loans. And I just see my money compounding and compounding and compounding. It's gotten addictive. It's once you see your money grow in real time, you're like, and you understand the velocity of money, you're like, okay, I can do this, right? I can. And so that is just a huge thing, is to have multiple streams of income. And most of it is once you start paying yourself first, then, then make your money work for you. And I think that's the whole principle. That's going to create more income streams, right?
Very cool. Number 9.
get in the right rooms. Proximity to
Yeah.
the right people accelerate your entire life. So example is in February, we have an ORAT event. Like, get in the right room. Like, you
Yeah.
go there, you're only one connection away to, who knows, right? You might meet somebody from your town. You might meet somebody that's, if when I attend ORAT, there might be somebody saying, hey, I want to buy a business. I just need a partner because I need a little bit of equity. Maybe I invest in the business. You don't know
Yeah.
these things. This is how things turn up. This is how I wrote my book with Tom Wheelwright, because I was in the right room. This is how I met Mr. Zuber here, because we were at an event years back, and then we became friends, and I'm here today because I was in the right room. So
Absolutely.
that's
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah. Again, you got to be in the right rooms around the right people. Again, a lot of us want to get healthy, wealthy, and wise, but we're not realizing that we're not around people that also want that. Right. Again, if you show me your friends, I'll show you your future. Right. Get in the right rooms. All right. That was number 9. What do we got for number 10?
Stack skills relentlessly. Every new
Yeah.
skill compounds your opportunity and earning power. Like,
Couldn't agree
so
more. Yeah.
exactly.
Again, invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. Absolutely.
100%. You want to learn how to invest in an asset class, study that asset class, study the buy box for that type of asset class. It's pretty simple there.
Yep.
And
Number
then,
11.
Leverage what I call small bigs. Actually, I coined this from Dr. Cialdini. Tiny, that could be anything from tiny changes on your website. That could be the way you frame things with people. I look at it as the smallest activity of effort that I can do that will yield the biggest results. So whatever that is in your business, in your life, if we know 90% of losing weight is diet, then that would be a small big, as opposed to like being a Michael Zuber who's going to do 6 miles a day, right? You probably could add the same result with like way less walking, right? So I look at those small bigs that will make the biggest changes in your business. So that could be another example is if you're like, for me, for example, if I do SBA loans, well, I could have a VA pull list of everybody that has an SBA loan and build me an email list. Now I have 5,000 business owners that I can message. I paid a few bucks to do that. Now I've gotten huge opportunity from that small task. And that's just me having the idea, hey, virtual assistant, here's how you build the list. Go build the list and come back. So what are those small bigs in your life, your business, that can leverage and get you the biggest results?
Yeah, I think the best book for this is Compound Effect. Again, if you really think about this, just getting 1% better every day really compounds into something magical. And if you can't do 1% a day, maybe 1% a week. Again, that'll be a magical compounding. So what do you got for number 12? Bring us home.
Yeah, this is, I think, the most important thing that and this is the whole turtle versus the whatever the fast
hair.
The hair. Yeah. Pay yourself first. Wealth starts with prioritizing your future before anything else. So quite honestly, I would let money fly out the door. I was never very good at like looking at my financials and saving money, and I don't save money, I invest money. Right. And so the moment I started saying, okay, no matter what, the first thing that happens when I get a paycheck via ACH, or I get a wire in for a closed deal, 10% off the top. Soon as that comes in, bam, it goes into my MCA account, and it's like, because that's where I'm getting the highest returns at the moment. And then you have another bucket that goes out. You want that money out of your safety zone, because people feel. I heard Grant Cardone talking about this, and I agree with this. When we have 6 or 12 months of reserves in liquid, we tend to get lazy. Okay. And if you're a high achiever, we don't want to get lazy. We want to always feel like we don't have much money in our bank account, because that's how you get soft, right? Because Zuber, you could easily do that. You could just let your rental checks come in, and you're like, oh, I don't need to do anything. So I like it, getting it out of the account, and then also going and looking at what Zuber does. He has an Excel sheet that tracks all his stuff. Whatever's visual for you, and seeing your portfolios or your rental incomes or whatever those businesses starting to grow. And that's when you almost gamify it at that point. And that's when it becomes really exciting, because you can go in and you can say, you know what, if I keep doing this and at this rate of return, I'm going to have this much money and I'm going to get to this point. Because most of us don't care about saying we're worth 10 or 20 or $100 million. What we care about is that our lifestyle is covered by 2 or 3x by semi-passive cash flow. That's our real end goal, is that passive semi-passive, because nothing's completely passive income, then we can really work on our passions. What do we really want to do with our lives? We need that freedom, that financial freedom first.
Yeah, I think Warren Buffett, when I think about this one, it's a Warren Buffett quote. Hopefully I won't butcher it, but basically, too many people save what is left after spending, and instead you should spend what is left after savings, right? Pay yourself first. Wise advice from Warren Buffett. Bo, you're amazing. Thank you for doing this list. Congrats on an amazing year, up 32%. Let's do it again next year. How can people find you? How can they get a conversation started?
onerentalmeeting.com. My specialty is helping high achievers get unstuck. And I'm working on that, my tagline. But basically, look, I know if you're watching this series, watching this channel, you're a high achiever. And many of us feel like we're stuck in certain ways. And look, you're not stuck. We just have to build the right plan, build the plan and take action. And we know speed wins. So start thinking like that and get hungry, because 2020, we're going to get rich in 2026. I love that now.
Nice. Bo, you're amazing, man. Happy Thanksgiving. Love the family. Say hi to the wife, the kid. Keep being real. Take care. Later.
Thank you.